Right there, you did it.
I did.
All right, we'll go ahead and, call the meeting to order, 5:59. Call to order, reminder for all commissioners and staff to speak clearly and loudly into the microphone to ensure a quality recording is made of the meeting. Ask that, shut off your phones, features. Right, item number 2, approval of the January 26, 2022 commission meeting minutes. Did everybody have a chance to go over those? Yes. Okay. Do we have a motion to approve?
Make a motion to approve.
And a second?
Second.
Third. Item number 3, public comment. Any person may directly address the commission at this time on any item on the agenda or on any item within the subject matter jurisdiction of the commission. Maximum 5 minutes is allowed for each speaker. Any public comments? Yep. Okay. Item number 4, Prop 68, per capita grant update, restroom review discussion, report by Community Service Director Adam.
All right, well, good evening, commissioners. Thank you for attending tonight's meeting. So we probably spend some time on this topic alone just for this meeting in general. We're going to go over the Prop 68 per capita grant that the city received as part of the Prop 68 grant cycle number 4. These funds were non-competitive funds. That all cities and municipalities that were available to receive funds received a fair portion. We received about $168,000 that this commission, along with City Council, went ahead recommending that we use those funds for restrooms at Asphalt Park. And so tonight, in your packet, we have a sample of some restroom mock-ups and designs that the city would consider from the company CXT. These restrooms are prefabricated and they're in your packet. And tonight we just would like to kind of go over some of the different model types, different coloring, texturing of the restrooms. Tonight's goal would essentially be to compile top 2 to 3 that you would recommend that we could then take to council and to other city department heads and staff to go forward on selecting the exact one that we want to see at the park. So if you'll see in the packet, there are 2 main pages. The first page is going to have the single-use restrooms. These restrooms are preferred by city staff. These are the types of restrooms that we see at Downtown Park. It's one user at a time. The door seals. It's not necessarily an open, people can come in and out for public safety reasons and for comfort of families and residents. We felt that for Downtown Park, it's easier to send a family in and close the door and have them feel comfortable using the restroom, changing their children, and then exiting. So that is the draw-up and mock-ups on the first page. And then the second page is just the comparison of the multi-use. Of course, we want to kind of stay away from the multi-use restrooms. So we will probably be spending more time just looking at the models. So there are 4 models for single use. You have the Cortez, the Denali, the Ozark 2, and the Ozark 1. And on there shows the layout of what the insides of the restrooms would look like, kind of for usability and ADA compliance. Is there any input so far as to any of those 4? Any just this discussion?
This is Commissioner Guerra, and I think the Denali is smart looking, and there's only one door, I think, in and out, and
Commissioner too, Kelly, welcome. I agree. I like that one too. I like the little stone, and it looks like a good size. The stone, it looks a little special. I like that.
Okay.
And not too dense.
There we go.
I like the first two, the Cortez and the Denali. Everything there, I like that the doors both face the front one direction, whereas, the other one, well, one looks like it's just one restroom, but the other one is kind of like on the side. So depending on like the positioning where it's in the park, so like if PD were to drive by, the doors are facing, you know, out towards
The street or the lights, the parking.
yeah.
Okay.
So that way if family is going in, there's only one way, than somebody kind of being around the corner or something hidden or something like that.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's my reasoning for those two.
Okay.
I like that layout. Yeah.
And I would agree with Sarah, probably just the Cortez or the Denali.
Okay. So would we be comfortable saying that if we had two options to take to council for recommendation, first being the Denali and the second being Cortez?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. In the packet, you're gonna find a spec sheet for those two models. Let's see if I can find the page for you. That one. Cortez, is page 8. I believe the Denali, is page 10. So you're looking for a spec sheet similar to this, and on the upper right-hand corner, it says the model type. So if you pull those two out, just so that we can focus on there, on the upper right-hand corner, it is going to show the base price for those particular models. So for the Denali, you're looking at a base price of $71,000, Cortez, a base price of $53,000. And then on that spec sheet is a list of additional amenities or additional features that the restrooms might have that would include an additional, well, would incur an additional cost. So I think it's very wise to go possibly with these two models because there are additional things that we could possibly be adding. I don't know if you've had a chance to look at that list, but any of those things come out as recommendations for adding to the restrooms.
Probably definitely the baby changing station,
Okay,
that's at the very bottom.
okay,
The toilet seat cover dispenser,
okay.
I imagine you need like a sanitary napkin disposal.
Okay,
Are any of those things that Public Works already has, like, on hand or in stock? To keep?
probably not.
Okay.
I would assume not. I don't know. I could always reach out to the Public Works Director and kind of get an input on. We could potentially add it to the list and then be able to cut costs later. If we do have them on hand, we can remove them.
Paper towel, that's
yeah,
the
so
toilet
if
seat.
you do the sanitary napkin disposal, you want the paper towels, right?
I don't know if I have this.
Oh, yeah.
What is anti-graffiti? Is this like easy to wipe off if somebody does something?
It's a different type of grade or coating on the material that when they spray it, it's easier for us to remove without damaging the actual colors.
And it's space, yeah.
So you want us to mark what we want in there, right?
Suggestions, or you could just say them aloud and we can,
Okay.
we can mark, we can,
So just talk out loud, don't
Mhm.
mark, okay. All right.
yes.
CXT waste basket.
CXT is the company we're using, so I'm assuming that it's,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
What's a 2K graphic coating per section?
So it's a coating to cover, any of the amenities or appliances or walls, that if someone were to graffiti them, it's easier for Public Works to remove it without damaging the paint or product under it.
Yeah, I think that's actually really good, because I hate that. That's one thing I like about this, you got rocks there, and it's really gonna be hard for people to mark that's up. This particular prefab bathroom doesn't really look too prefab, and they can't graffiti this one so easily with all the nice, it looks like an imitation rock, but that's good. And I noticed even in this Memorial Park over there, they rode across the mirrors inside, and
Mm-hmm.
it's you know, kids just get bored and wanna put their mark, I guess.
Oh, the other one was.
Skylight's good.
Yeah, I think so too.
Skylight will save a lot of,
Energy?
yeah, a lot of energy. Skylight. Maybe we can even put some solar lights in there.
There we go.
Because they have little ones now you can attach on the ceiling that have really good coating around there, and you get your lights from the sun and it charges up, and that would save a lot of money, actually.
Okay.
Do we already have a drinking fountain out there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna have one for ordinance and then one.
Oh, no, this is asphalt.
Oh,
Not
that's
one in
right.
asphalt.
Okay, duh.
There is no drinking fountain at asphalt.
So that might be one,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
might be
think
coming
so.
handy.
the exterior mounted ADA.
Okay.
Thoughts on the new electric?
I think that, having the electric faucets are kind of nice, like, I don't know,
I'm assuming those are the ones where you just put your hand under it,
Yeah.
right, and it just does it.
Because do they have the button ones that,
Oh.
I hate the ones that you have to hold the button and wash your hands. I can do the hold the button and it's like, yeah.
Got it, no buttons. No buttons.
If the button says hold while, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Heater, what about the heater? I mean, do we need heater?
I don't think so.
No.
No.
Okay.
Probably the stainless steel is better for staying cleaning.
Easier for us to go in there and either pressure wash or,
Is it is it costly?
it's an additional 1,100 per section. Oh, no, laboratory. Yeah, it's 1,100. I mean, we can,
I don't know if that's worth it.
and it's cold.
It's cold.
Oh, that's true, because they're the metal
Metal.
toilets, like the.
Yeah, so just think of like when I go camping or if they're at Woodward Park.
Okay,
That's 50/50.
yeah. Okay, well, anything in particular, or should we take that and just be able to add those to the recommendations?
What about the electric hand dryer, did anyone say that?
I added all the electric, I just assume that's, because the electric flush would be the same for sanitation reasons, right? You don't have to worry about pushing a button and just,
Yeah.
you know.
Okay, so then if you're doing the electric hand dryer, then
We
you
don't
won't
need
need
a paper
paper
towel.
towels.
Yeah, we don't.
Oh, okay,
And then I think, yeah, not having to tell, because they have to worry about kids throwing them and
Yeah.
plugging up the toilet.
Yeah, that's true.
got it, that is true, okay. Okay,
What about the flooring? That's important, and that's a big expense. What do you think about that?
tile flooring in the restroom,
So I'm assuming what is it right now, just concrete?
it would just be a concrete
I would
base,
say just keep it concrete,
Yeah.
easier to wash.
yeah.
You just use a pressure washer or something to clean it. Don't have to worry about grout.
Okay,
Probably have to get the exterior frost-proof hose dip with the box. Because, it's so hot here in the summer, things outside have to be maintained. The weather here.
So you mean for when it gets cold outside?
Yeah, or really hot, things like, I noticed on all my hoses in both my houses, I have to put stuff, even on the metal, lots of upkeep on the sun, if it's not in shade or anything, it's really,
Okay.
What's the timed electric lock system?
I'm assuming those are for the entrance doors. So we've discussed this potentially doing for all restrooms, is being able to put a time lock on them so that we don't have to send staff to go and lock them. They would just lock from 8 o'clock, all restrooms would lock. You could obviously leave the restroom, but as soon as you left, they would just lock behind you, and we wouldn't have to have, additional staff to go every day and, lock the restrooms.
they do that at the Memorial Park here, they come.
They come, yep, they come and they lock them up as soon as it gets dark or, all right. Well, if that's it, then we can add that. And, so far we have the Denali Cortez models as 1 and 2, and your list of amenities that you would like to see added to the base price of the restrooms. Final step is to go over colors and textures. So in the packet, you will find sheet has a list of colors and textures. Yep.
We also put
Okay.
the color of the Denali, not in the spec sheet, but the single user, it's kind of like cold red, or, I don't know. Kind of different colorful than just like beige.
And just the beige. The only thing that has come up when we talk to city staff is just making sure that it matches
Oh,
the atmosphere of the park,
sure.
so that it doesn't clash with anything that's out there. Not saying that would, I'm just saying, we definitely want,
As much as I like it, it kind of looks more like this one should be in the mountains, that color. Yeah, I do like it,
That
but
was my thought too. I wanted to drive by the park before,
beforehand.
like, came, look at the
Like,
thing.
this is what's here.
But I would agree that, yeah, it needs to blend with kind of all of our other stuff within the park, but yet not be the focal point.
I kind of like the, Romana and either the cappuccino or the buckskin. I just got finished building a house, picking out colors, going over what gets dirty for the country or outside, and are these stones here. The
So-
earthy colors won't get as dirty, and they, kind of with
Oh, here.
brighter colors, they're really pretty, but except this gray blue is pretty, but I think that looks too much like a real house. I don't know, not that the other colors don't look like a real house, but.
Can you tell if there are stones on the Cortez? Does the image show
No, that looks like, no,
under the water fountain? No, huh?
no, that's just.
I was just going for the one I was voting for.
No, I hear you.
I mean,
But
both of them are lovely.
The buckskin, that one was one that I, kind of a neutral.
Yeah,
Okay.
The sand beige, the almond rose, but I'm afraid that might be a little too pinky. I don't know.
Even maybe the western wheat if it dries.
What are the color themes out there? Does anyone know?
There's not so much themes. That we have the black wrought iron fences, and we have the black light poles with the solar panels. Play structure is blue and green. Fitness court is blue. So you've got a lot of those, but then there's just the natural colors of it. I mean, just the green space that's out there. The school, I believe, is beige and red. So it kind of goes with those kind of colors. Public Works did say that they liked sand beige as well, so I'm glad that kind of came up.
That's my thought choice.
Okay.
And then sand beige would probably work with mountain blend rock.
Okay.
And then if it was the Cortez, it would just be that solid color.
Gotcha. So the Cortez would just be in sand beige.
Mm-hmm. And then the only other thing would be the textures to probably pick. We were looking at the Cortez, because in the picture, it's the split face block, it looks like.
What do you think about, like, Napa Valley? I don't know, I like the rock with the school.
Napa Valley, which one are you talking about, for the,
I guess for the-
texture?
Yeah,
or
we're looking at the Cortez,
The Cortez.
picking the texture.
Yeah, oh, for the texture, well, the rock, wouldn't it be the wood? I mean, we have to have both on ours, it's just not rocks, you have to have the wood and then the rocks.
Yeah,
go
so
on the bottom.
for the Denali, it would have, you would choose you would choose a texture, and stone colors for the Denali.
So I would think it would probably be a board bat,
And the mountain blend.
or a ribble, well, not the metal, but, yeah, or even a barn wood or ribbed, no, not the ribbed metal, it's metal, well, actually, metal might not be a bad idea, but depending on the cost. Barn wood looks kinda cool. What? What's barn wood? Barn,
So
yeah, I
the-
like barn wood.
The bottom three, if you've had to notice, is the roof.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So the ribbed metal would be the top of the building.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually really like that, because I hope it would be really nice.
So ribbed metal roof.
For this one, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For the Denali.
This is and beige.
Yeah, the sand beige, ribbed
Yeah,
metal, and any of those, well,
leaving the board flat.
With mountain blend.
Yeah,
I like that. And then if it was Cortez.
I would say the split face block.
And what's the roof for that? What do you think? What are you thinking?
I kind of like the idea of ribbed metal,
I like
So
how
ribbed
it
metal
lasts
for,
longer.
yeah.
ribbed metal for both.
ribbed metal.
And your color choices were sand beige.
Yeah,
Sand beige, mountain blend for the rock, and then that, second one, the,
Board and brat?
yeah, no. Yeah, board and brat, but then she had mentioned that other rock.
Split space block.
Yeah, the salt.
The one. Oh, yeah,
the
that
rock.
other rock.
That's pretty.
Yeah, that's pretty. It's kinda shiny, though, a little shiny. It looks like they did a seal on that.
Like a seal on top.
Looks like both of them did, it's just,
One's a
yeah,
little more
one has
shiny.
a little bit, no, they both have that.
They're both pretty, though. I think they both go with the sand beige,
Yeah.
which,
But that darker,
Oh, they're pretty, I like
stone
it.
might pop a little bit, give a
Yeah.
little bit dimension.
I agree.
Because that's actually looks like what they have on here.
Mhm.
And then the ribbed metal for the roof.
Okay, so to clear all that up, because
You're lost.
I'm a guy and I don't know what.
There's two wrong choices.
What's going on? So we're gonna break this down. We'll do one at a time.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna start with the Cortez. This will be our formal recommendation. Okay, so we're gonna do the Cortez. Color choice is,
Sand beige.
okay. And then we are doing the texture of
Split face block.
split face. Okay,
and the roof would be the ribbed metal.
the ribbed metal roof.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's all we need for that one, correct? Because there's no stone in that one.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Denali,
Is the, basalt stone and the board and bat.
Hold on, I gotta start with color.
Oh,
Oh.
the color is
Sand
sand beige, sorry
Okay.
about that.
okay,
There's two stones
Yeah, that we
that
both
we,
like.
the mountain blend and the basalt.
Okay, I thought we were just gonna choose yours, I was gonna vote for you.
so there's,
Or just even recognize like council pick.
Okay.
so you're choosing between those two?
Yeah.
Got it. So it's either gonna be the basalt, or it's gonna be the mountain blend.
Yeah.
Right. then the board,
the board and brack,
and,
For the wall, or for the texture.
yeah, and then the ribbed metal.
Okay. All right. And Denali was number one choice, though, and then number two is Cortez. Okay. All right, I think we've got that sorted. And then we'll add the list of additional amenities that we would like to see added. Again, base price, for the Denali is $71,000, and the base price for the Cortez is the $53,000. So we'll total up the additional amenities and kind of see what a final number looks like, to kind of help, guide council on which one they'd like to choose. Honestly, I think the funds that we have available would allow us to go to the Denali route and then potentially add all or most of the additional amenities. And then if Public Works has access to, different, like the hand dryers and stuff like that, then we could always deduct those from the price, but okay. All right, well, that is all I have for that. Any other discussion or?
I think that was
All right.
all right. Item number 5, dog park discussion and update report by Community Service Director Adam and dog park subcommittee.
All right, well, thank you. This one is, just kind of basic, and I'll give you a moment if Commissioner Warkentine has anything to add. But dog park, application, we received the contract to sign. The city manager has gone ahead and signed it and submitted it. We're just waiting for it to come back from the state. So at this stage, we're not really making too much progress in the sense that we're not working on the project just yet. As soon as the signed contract comes back, then we will sit down with the engineering department to begin doing kind of a mock-up of what we'd like to see. This first step probably most likely won't include this commission directly. But as soon as that mock-up comes out, then we'll be able to present it to you. That's when you will make your additional changes, corrections, and kind of tear it apart a little bit so that we can resubmit it. And so I'm excited for that. So hopefully that, by the next meeting, we'll have, some additional information on that one. But I wanted to give you the floor just in case you had any additional.
Not too much. I mean, I'm just continuing to look at pictures and figure out, exactly narrowing down what we want and that good stuff. So I kind of have an idea in my head of what I'm wanting.
Okay, cool. Well, and I encourage all of you, if you get a chance to walk the dog park anytime soon, prior to the next meeting would be great, just to go out there, take your photos, and just take a look at the space in general. This way, when we come down and actually look at a map, you're familiar with what it is available and what it kind of looks like. I know I drove by the other day and realized it sloped so much on one side. Bless you. So I'm kind of like, okay, that's going to be a little bit of a challenge to kind of, address, but we'll make it work. There's funding there, so we're good.
I'm curious, are they keeping it at that one area where the dog park is, or is it a new area now?
It's focused on that area.
That area, okay.
Yeah, that area is the legal dog park.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
right next to the pet, but,
Yes, right next to the vet.
yeah, the pet.
Yeah, so,
I've been out there.
there you go.
It's nice area. They do something like this.
They do.
They get use of the dead space.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Right. All right, so, item number 6, unscheduled matters for commission members. For discussion only, action may not be taken. Items must appear on the agenda as a specific item to be acted upon. Does anybody have anything, to discuss or want to add? Future meetings? No? Okay. Do we need to schedule and then adjourn? Okay. So looking at our calendar, the 27th of April, Wednesday the 27th is what we're,
I'm here all of this month, but I go to Mexico. And, so,
All right.
shoot.
It's okay, I can always get your input beforehand and we can,
Yeah, I can go out to the park, I can do whatever you want. I'm here
okay.
every single day except for I leave like on the 26th for Mexico.
Gotcha.
that I planned
That's
quite
okay.
a while ago,
Life happens.
before I got this.
Well, it's all
It's
a
all-
picture of it.
Yeah, I actually have this in my folder with all the documents.
27th, work?
Yep.
Okay.
That's good, okay.
Cool.
At 5:30?
5:30. Okay, perfect.
All right.
And adjourn, do you have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
And a second?
Second.